Well, it's finally spooky season, and what better way to get into the spirit than a walk through time in the dark and in a cemetery.
This week, Walk Among the Shadows starts at the Eastern Cemetery at the end of Congress Street near the base of Munjoy Hill in Portland. Joining us this morning is Peter Weigel, who is one of the masterminds around this Halloween event. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it too.
Yeah. Hey, before we talk about the theme for this year's event, let's talk about the setting and what people will see and hear at the Eastern Cemetery.
Okay. Well, this is every year we do we select a historic theme that's relevant to the cemetery or the people of Portland about the age of the cemetery, and we put it all together. It's professionally scripted, professionally acted, and the last 2 weekends of October, it somehow just magically happens. What we do is we wait until dark. It's about 6:30 at night or so, and it's just getting dark. We have audience groups of about 25 or so led into the cemetery up what we call funeral lane from acting spot to acting spot by specters dressed in black cloaks with lanterns, and it's not necessarily meant to be spooky or really scary. It just kind of coincides with Halloween. It really marks the end of our tourist season there, but a lot of people find it just being in a cemetery at night in the dark legally is a lot of fun, and maybe for a lot of people, I mean, maybe a few people a little spooky, because it leads right into Halloween every year.
Sounds a little spooky to me, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, come and find out.
So what's the theme this year?
The theme this year is Mowat's bombardment of Falmouth in 1775. As you may know, 2025 is the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution. A lot of people think it's 1776, but that's when the Declaration of Independence came up. They'd actually been at war on a rebellion for just about a year before that happened. So in 1775, Captain Henry Mowat sailed into town with a small fleet of ships under orders to bombard Falmouth. He had a list of 9 towns in New England to bombard to kind of show some force, and maybe in some cases to kind of get even with some of the local people along the coast who were not very nice to British shipping at the time. And he came into town and did pretty much what he was supposed to do. Bombarded the town, really completely destroyed the town. And this just tells the story of him coming into town and the effects that it had on the local people. And we have about 8 different characters from both sides, both the loyalists and the patriots, and they tell what it was like to be through that experience.
Now, of course, Falmouth House is now Portland, Maine.
Right.
And let's talk about some of the characters that are going to be in this.
Okay, we don't have Mowat himself. We usually try to avoid the big villain in the story because it's nicer to have people talk about him rather than give him a chance to defend himself. But we do have Thomas Colson, we have Samuel Thompson, we have Mrs. Ting, Betsy Ting, we have Jedediah Preble, we have 2 or 3 others that were Mary Barton, Mrs. Marston, who owned a tavern in town. We've got about 8 different characters, and they were all somehow involved or affected by the bombardment.
So a lot of preparation must go into this. Kind of walk us through all of that.
Well, it's really a year-long thing. And as I say, in the winter, we come up with the theme and the idea, and then in the spring, we kind of do all the research, historical research on the events or the circumstances and the characters. We hand that over to Lynn Cullen. Lynn Cullen has been our script person and our director, working with the actors for the past several years. And through the spring and early summer, we get the actors together, and then about that time, we start working on all the logistics of actually putting it together in the cemetery. And then, as I say, in the last 2 weekends in October, every year, somehow it all happens.
First of all, how long is it, and what has the feedback been from people that have gone to see it?
Okay, the show itself, once you're in the gate and they actually start the performance, it's about 45 minutes for each run-through, and we usually do about 4 run-throughs a night. We do 5, but any more than that is asking the actors to do an awful lot. The feedback has been terrific. It's become one of the most popular events in Portland every fall. A lot of people look to it. If we get all 8 nights in, and traditionally we do usually lose 1 night because of bad weather every year, but if we get all 8 nights in, we should draw about 1,000 people, which is a pretty good crowd.
So how creepy exactly is this, would you say?
Creepy,
Can families go, like kids do?
God, haven't you? We got families coming all the time. It's not really creepy, again, unless the fact that you're in a cemetery and that really creeps you out. It's more historical, and it's fun. We do a lot of humor. I portray a character outside the gate, Billy Hahn, who goes up and down the line. Jeff knows this. Entertaining folks waiting in line if they have to wait a few minutes to get in. I just make sure they don't get bored. I got a lot of shtick that I do, and it's fun, it's historical, and it's just about as creepy as you would want it to be without really getting scared.
And here's the nice thing about it, I think, is that you really learn a lot about Portland history. I remember last year when I went, I learned about an event that I really didn't know about.
Well, that's just it. We try to make everything really historically accurate. We do spend about 3 or 4 months actually doing research on the history and the characters involved. So it is historically correct. And history here in the Portland area is so amazing. There's so much history that a lot of people either have forgotten about or in most cases just didn't know about to begin with. And that's kind of one of our goals, why we do this every year.
Yeah, Lister was they banned whiskey, right, or something. It was for the theme last year.
It was the rum riot.
The rum riot.
The rum riot. Yeah. And the year before that, we did the Great Fire. We've gone through just about all of the major events in Portland history, but we did 200 years of Maine statehood a while back. We did 100 years of suffrage. We've covered a lot of different circumstances and events in Portland history. So every year we pick one, hopefully that we haven't done, although we've done this so often now, we're kind of going back and say, well, gee, maybe we could do something we did 10 or 12 years ago. We'll just do it in our current format with, a different script and different group of actors than what we did before.
Why does this stand out from maybe like a haunted house or some other spooky activity that people can participate in? Is it that history aspect to
It's the history aspect and the fun, and it's kind of almost like a communal thing, because you stand out along Congress Street in line for a little while, then you go in as a group with about 25 other people, and you're kind of experiencing it all together. It's not like going through 2 or 3 people in like in a haunted house or something. It's almost like you're going through as a group, and it's like what we experienced, not just what I experienced.
And the thing I like about it is some of the fun of it is standing in line, getting to know people that are there going to it, and talk about what to expect and everything.
You see so many people in line that you recognize. Like I recognize you, of course, I knew you from here, but other people, I should mention I've run into other people from other TV stations around town who've been in line, and all around important city officials and lots of other people that I've known for years. I said, my goodness, are you who I think you are? You're in line to see Walk Among the Shadows. And it's worked out really great. A lot of teachers, I worked over during high school for about 25 years. I get a lot of teachers and educators I haven't seen for years and years and years come in line. And it's just a fun thing for everybody. Yeah.
Where can people get tickets if they want to check this out?
Well, you can go on Eventbrite. That's an online payment system. You go on Eventbrite, or you can just come and pay cash at the box office. It's $10 suggested donation per person. And they can either do it online or in person.
6:30 and 7:30 the shows.
Well, no, 6:30 is when the shows start, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, on both weekends. And then the Sunday shows are at 5:30. They do the 6:30 to 7:30 that's usually the range of when we start a show, because we'll start a show about every 20 minutes. Yeah. The show lasts about 40, 45 minutes once you actually start it. So it's not a long time to be there. And hopefully the weather looks good. It looks, partly cloudy, cool, fallish. Yeah. So just right.
You should be doing the forecast here on on Art
Maine.
Maine.
I check it every day. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.